Hey everyone, today I have several stems of Hoya Shepherdii. I have taken it out of its pot, gotten off most of the soil, as you can see. It just has some little specks of dirt, which is fine. So I think I have maybe 10 to 12 stems, and I'm gonna stick it in this pot here. This is a pot that I'm upcycling from one of my Costa Farms hanging baskets. I'm using this because I still have the hanger that attaches to it, and eventually when this starts to trail, then I will be able to put the hanger on there and hang it up. Right now I have it in an outer pot just to put water in it and make the balls float, so that when I put the stems in here, they will easily push into the balls without damaging the roots. When you're trying to put so many stems into one pot of LECA, it can sometimes get a little tricky keeping the stems from falling over or falling out of the pot, which is why I prefer to put smaller plants in. When they're long and trailing and you're trying to put them into the LECA, it just requires a lot more fiddling to get it to stay put. The most frequent question that I get is about how I know when to water my plants in LECA and how much water do I leave in the reservoir. So the key thing that I want to tell you is Hoya plants will tolerate a wide range of variables, and they tolerate very different conditions from their owners. So what you should do is just pay really close attention to how the roots are doing. So using a transparent container is really helpful for that in the beginning. You could use plastic cups or mason jars. You don't need to drill a hole in it, but you can. But that's really helpful to be able to see what's going on in there. If you're watching the roots and they're continuing to grow healthily and they don't die back, then you know that what you're doing is good, and just keep doing whatever you're doing. In general, for me, I walk around about every 3 to 5 days with my watering can and splash some water in all the pots. It leaves a little bit of excess water in the reservoir at the bottom. I do not do any managing of pH or adjusting of the pH because the water is evaporating so quickly that it doesn't have enough time to deviate from an acceptable range, which works well for me, less work to do. Okay, I think I've got them all positioned the way I want them, so I'm going to try to lift the pot out of the outer pot and drain the water, and that will help to lock in all the stems where they are. Hopefully none of them are shifted or falling out. So you can leave it in a container like this, but just lower the water level while it's transitioning, or you can put it into some kind of little saucer or tray. But that's it. I think it looks pretty cute the way it is already, because